Now we're going to change plugs in Billy's truck, and I know you're just ecstatic about that. Here's one of the plugs coated with anti-seize compound to make it easier to get out next time. Yellow arrow shows plugs on the right hand side on the passenger side. Large red arrow shows the coil pack, a coil for each cylinder. The small yellow arrow shows the plugs, and the small red arrow shows the steering shaft that goes inside to the steering wheel. These plug wires and boot assemblies become almost welded to the plugs, and if you don't remove them very gently you can ruin the plug wire, and plug wires are very expensive for these late model vehicles. So I'm going to show you what I've learned over 42 years of how to remove plug wires without doing any damage to them. First, you lubricate the wire just above the boot with WD-40. Then you insert a small screwdriver, a Phillips shown here, in carefully beside the boot and the wire, and then slip a little tube in that you can squirt WD-40 into it. Now after you've done that and gently work the screwdriver around, you'll probably pull that boot loose and the wire will stay connected to the plug, and you'll pull the boot and shield assembly as shown here away from the plug wire. The plug wire connector is shown here, the large yellow arrow. The large red arrow shows the boot, spark plug boot. The small yellow arrow shows the hollow plastic tube that goes to a can of WD-40. And of course the small red arrow shows the Phillips screwdriver. Now once you've broken this loose, the boot and the shield will pull back away from the plug. Then you take a pair of needle nose and gently remove the connector from the top of the plug shown here by the large yellow arrow. Any tugging or pulling on this spark plug wire without doing this will cause some damage that will cause eventual failure of the plug wire. Now here's a close-up of the metal shield for the plug boot shown at the top of the photo with a red arrow, and at the bottom you see the plug wire with the metal connector on the end of it that connects to the spark plug. Now here's what the plug wire assemblies look like, cleaned and ready to install.